The number of citizens received by prosecutors in person has increased. Of course, it is necessary to use all this information. I ask you to analyze in detail the most acute systemic problems that concern and worry citizens, and to give your proposals for their comprehensive solution. This is important for all levels of government in order to respond effectively and competently to citizens' requests in a timely manner. A decision has been taken to support citizens who have suffered from the Kyiv regime. This includes compensation for lost property, housing certificates, and other payments. I asked prosecutors to strictly monitor that people receive the funds they are entitled to on time and in full, and that temporary and permanent housing is provided as quickly as possible. I asked them to pay special attention to protecting the rights of children, teenagers, and the elderly, who have had to go through difficult ordeals. Our troops have recently conducted a number of swift, quite daring, effective operations, and are completing the defeat of a group of enemy troops in the Kursk region. I repeat in this connection that, under the laws of the Russian Federation, all members of the Ukrainian army, not to mention foreign mercenaries who were on our territory and committed a number of crimes against the civilian population, must be and are qualified by our law as terrorists. The atrocities committed by them must be identified, recorded, and thoroughly investigated. I ask the prosecutors' offices, including military prosecutors, to fully undertake such work together with other services in the liberated territories, both in Sudja and in other settlements. All those criminals, punishers, those who gave criminal orders and abused civilians must be identified. They should be fairly punished in the future. I note that the staff of the military prosecutor's office are actively helping to resolve the problems of servicemen, including participants in combat operations. I ask military prosecutors to intensify this work and also to continue to help strengthen military discipline as an essential factor in the high combat readiness of the troops. Coordinating the fight against crime remains an urgent task for the prosecutor's office. As we agreed at last year's board meeting, we need to more actively implement a system of additional measures to prevent crime, including among young people. Despite the reduction in the level of crimes among minors, the total number of such offenses is still quite high. As before, the issues of countering extremism and terrorism require increased attention. At a recent board meeting of the Federal Security Service, I noted that the number of terrorist offenses has increased significantly. It is important to improve the security of industrial and transport infrastructure facilities and places of mass attendance. It is equally fundamental and resolute to combat extremism, attempts to destabilize the socio-political situation in our country, public calls for terrorism, and the creation of radical groups. The crash of 2 tankers with oil product spill in the Black Sea at the end of last year demonstrated to what severe consequences neglect of safety rules and negligence lead to for people, nature, and economy.